So, you just jumped into Wuchang, fallen feathers, and already got wrecked by some creepy ghost knight swinging a rusty axe twice your size? Yeah. Welcome to the Souls-like life. But hey, don't worry, because today we're diving into something that might just save your poor digital soul, the best early armor pieces in the game. Whether you're here to boost your survivability, or just want to look cooler than a cursed noble in a feathered mask, I've got you covered. Now, in true Souls-like fashion, armor in Wuchang isn't just about defense. Some of these pieces give you handy stat bonuses, while others make you feel like an unstoppable beast even in the early game. The best part? You can get a bunch of these really early. No need to grind for hours. So grab your rusty blade, roll into danger, and let's check out which armor sets will make those early game nightmares a little more manageable. I'm quickly moving on to the video. Before we start, if you enjoy these types of list videos, don't forget to like the video and subscribe. Enjoy watching! If you are looking for a reliable armor set early in Wuchang, Fallen Feathers, the Ming set is one of the smartest choices you can make. This set is dropped by the red-eyed Ming guard, and if you can take him down, you will be rewarded with a seriously sturdy piece of gear. What makes the Ming set so appealing is its balance. It does not just specialize in one thing, but gives you solid protection across the board. Most enemies in the game tend to rely heavily on slashing and stabbing attacks. That is where the Ming set shines. It offers high mitigation against both damage types, allowing you to stay on your feet longer during fights. Instead of rolling around constantly or running from every encounter, you can actually tank a few hits, stand your ground, and finish the job. Especially for players who prefer a slightly more aggressive or methodical playstyle, this armor lets you trade blows with confidence. But that is not all. The Ming set also gives you impressive resistance to magic, burn, and frost. These elements become more of a threat as you progress, and having early access to protection against them is a huge bonus. Whether you are dealing with a boss that likes to spam magical attacks, or you are just exploring a new area full of elemental traps, this set helps you prepare for whatever is coming. It is the kind of armor you can stick with for a long stretch, and that makes it a top-tier pick for the early game. The Centipede set is another excellent early game armor option in Wuchang, Fallen Feathers, and if you are the kind of player who likes to be ready for anything, this one definitely deserves a spot in your inventory. You can unlock it by defeating Blightweaver and then purchasing it after handing over the Believer's statue to Tao Qing. It might take a little effort, but the payoff is absolutely worth it for the defense it provides. Just like the Ming set, the Centipede set is built to handle the most common types of physical damage in the game: slash and stab. These are the bread and butter attacks of most enemies, and even some bosses, so having strong mitigation against them means you can wade into battle without constantly worrying about your health bar melting. It is the kind of armor that lets you stay aggressive without being reckless, which is a rare combo this early in the game. Where the Centipede set sets itself apart is with its medium resistance to corruption damage. That might not sound like a big deal right away, but once you start running into enemies and environments that deal this type of damage, you will be glad you have it. Corruption can pile up quickly and lead to some brutal status effects, so having the right armor on at the right time can be the difference between victory and a frustrating death screen. Swapping between the Centipede and Ming sets, based on what you are up against, is a smart strategy, and one that will serve you well as the game opens up. If you are finding yourself constantly battling against the corruption status effect in Wuchang, Fallen Feathers, the delicate set, might be just what you need. You can find it near the Buddha Cliffs on the way to Lightsen Temple, and it is one of those hidden gems that can make a huge difference during specific encounters. While it is not the flashiest or tankiest set in the game, it does its job. And it does it well. What makes the delicate set stand out is its high resistance to corruption. This is especially useful early on when many bosses and enemies start throwing corruption effects your way, and you are still figuring out how to deal with them. Instead of watching your status bar fill up and panic rolling away, you can actually stay in the fight longer and focus on learning the enemy's patterns. It is a situational armor for sure, but in the right moment, it can feel like a lifesaver. Outside of the corruption resistance, the stats are pretty average. It is not going to give you a ton of slash or stab mitigation, and it will not let you soak up damage like heavier sets. That said, it still provides just enough defense to hold your own against spellcasters and corruption-heavy zones without leaving you completely exposed. Think of it as a specialist set. Not your go-to for every encounter, but an essential backup for some of the game's more toxic challenges. The Golden Bandit set is the definition of a reliable all-rounder in Wuchang. Fallen Feathers. You can pick it up fairly early by defeating Golden Bandits, or purchasing it from Wuchang after giving him the Golden Bowl. It may not specialize in any one area, but that is exactly what makes it such a solid choice for players who want flexibility without having to constantly swap armor. Its biggest strength lies in its balance. The Golden Bandit set offers decent protection across most damage types, making it a great pick when you are heading into unknown territory or just want something steady to fall back on. While it does have slightly lower resistance to fire and paralysis, those damage types are not very common early on, so it rarely becomes a noticeable drawback. It is the kind of set you can equip and forget, knowing it will carry you through most average encounters without issue. What makes it even better is how accessible it is. You do not have to jump through a bunch of hoops or wait until the late game. You can get your hands on it quickly, and it immediately becomes a dependable option. Whether you are still figuring out your preferred playstyle, or just want a backup set that works in most situations, the Golden Bandit set is a no-fuss, no-frills armor that simply gets the job done. The Fake Monk set might not look like much at first glance, but do not be fooled. This is one of the most practical armor choices you can make when dealing with Blight in Wuchang. Fallen Feathers. You can get it after defeating the Fake Monk or by giving Wuchang the Golden Bowl, and once you have it, you will be glad it is in your arsenal. Blight is one of the nastiest status effects in the game, and this set gives you a serious advantage when it starts showing up more often. Aside from its excellent Blight resistance, the Fake Monk set comes with generally well-rounded stats. It does not lean too hard into any one type of protection, but it gives you just enough durability to handle a variety of melee and ranged threats. That makes it especially useful in mixed combat situations, where you are not quite sure what kind of damage you will be taking, but want to stay prepared for sudden status effects that can ruin your rhythm. What really sets this armor apart, though, is that it only includes 2 pieces. That might sound like a downside, but it actually gives you more room to customize your build. You can pair the Fake Monk pieces with other gear that boosts your slash mitigation, or throw in some high despair resistance to patch up the set's blind spots. It is flexible, focused, and extremely effective in the right situations. A perfect backup plan when Blight starts to become a serious problem. The Militia set is one of those armor sets in Wuchang, Fallen Feathers that you do not truly appreciate until you try something else and immediately miss it. Found in Shu Sanctum, it offers an incredible bonus that is easy to underestimate: high poise break resistance. What that means in practical terms is that you can take heavy hits and still stay on your feet, and that can be the difference between dodging the next attack or getting chain staggered into oblivion. This is especially useful when facing off against enemies or bosses that hit like a truck. Instead of getting knocked down every few seconds and losing all momentum, the Militia set helps you stay in control of the fight. You are able to trade blows more confidently and recover faster, which makes longer battles feel a lot more manageable. It is a subtle buff, but once you get used to it, it is hard to go back. Beyond the poise resistance, the set also holds its own with well-rounded stats in every category. Unlike some specialized sets that require you to trade off defense in one area for protection in another, the Militia set gives you a solid baseline across the board. It does not have any glaring weaknesses, making it an excellent default choice when you are not sure what is waiting around the next corner. It may not be flashy, but it is one of the most dependable sets you will find early in the game. The video ends here. See you in another video. Don't forget to subscribe.